Good evening, YB gang.
Yes.
Yeah, this time I'm actually. I'm not just recording. Now I probably have like a 10-minute recording on my computer from when I thought I was streaming. Yeah, I do. I have two recordings in here. This is stupid. But whatever, I have a ton of file storage on my computer, so I don't even care. I'll just leave it in there glunking up my computer and causing space to be taken up. Do you know who's talking by the right now?
Huh?
Do you know who's talking?
Uh, Battler?
Let me see.
Probably?
Oh yeah, yeah. If we spin the chessboard around.
Oh, that's true.
Oh right, cause he had just been talking to Ava.
He was accusing his aunt of murder.
Yeah, yeah. They were having like their very long-winded conversation. Yeah, so now he went to the window to cool his head. As he looked over the parlor, he saw George Anarchy, he saw Ben, and the others gathered talking. It looked like they were talking about the magic circle that had been painted onto the shutter. Why would they talk about that?
Uh,
Whenever it's time to read, I'm just gonna drink water instead, and I'm gonna skip.
as Uncle Hideyoshi thought back to that time, he started
Oh,
drawing the shape in the margins of Maria's notebook.
this water tastes like pure plastic.
So true.
It's been on my desk for probably 2 weeks now, so it makes sense.
That's not that long.
Yeah, but it tastes bad. And remember, this
Water
is
doesn't taste good to begin.
what?
It tastes like nothing.
No, but it tastes good. It's yummy.
No, it tastes good if it's like cold water and it's a hot day. Other than that, it's yucky.
No, it's because like the Hialeah water treatment plant, they leave some stuff in it so that it tastes good.
Uh, since Maria was second only to grandfather in knowledge of the occult, she might understand what it meant.
Oh, true.
I mean, who's to say she's second?
Oh, yeah, she has to be second because like who else knows more?
Oh no, what if she knows more than he does? I mean,
Oh, that's true.
like that was just kind of saying that.
I think it was probably something like that. Mark that looked like a meringue trying to find. And then surround the circle all around the perimeter with these closely packed strange letters. On all four sides of the cross and in the four corners there was something written. It didn't look like the alphabet or something like that. It's what they call ancient characters.
And around the top of the circumference, there was a small mark. 5 small circles arranged in a plus sign, and straight lines connecting them.
Wait, you know what that is, right?
Huh? That's not it.
That's the it's 5 circles arranging across straight lines connecting it.
How did it go?
That's what's on the top. But yeah, let me undo this. I suggest you go back and watch the tapes. You'll be in for a treat. But yeah, here it is. There's no mistake in the shape. It's the world government logo.
Everyone was just staring down at the shape. So I stared down at it too. Because I'm not a free thinker. From what I'd heard.
Oh, you can go for it.
I thought you were like drinking water. This had been painted on the shutter to the storehouse with some material that looked like blood. I see. This sure is unsettling.
Did they take a picture or did they like draw it themselves?
Yeah, they just drew it. That's what he was in the notebook.
Oh wait.
My grandfather's. True.
No, because I remembered that like you can show image. Where is it? Yeah.
Show image.
So I didn't know if you could see the top of the magic circle or not.
Grandfather's probably the only one who'd want to draw something this weird. Seriously, where did he go?
He went for a walk, according to Kyrie.
I want to grab him and ask what the hell this is supposed to mean.
Jessica's voice contained impatience and anger. She hadn't gone so far as to say grandfather was the culprit, but she seemed sure that grandfather knew something about the culprit's background. Oh, you could see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the world government logo.
No.
Yeah.
I know it kind of is. Of course. If you were searching for a link connecting the Ushiromiya family to the occult, 10 out of 10 people would think of grandfather. Also, to a person who knew nothing of the occult, this strange mark would have no meaning. Which meant that this might have been something addressed to grandfather. That's right, and the reason the crime was shown to the survivors was so they'd find this. In that case, where had grandfather, the essential recipient of this message, disappeared off to?
Does this shape ring any bells?
Maria looked at the shape with a serious face. Looks very serious. Maybe she was enthusiastic, because this was her area of expertise. However, her appearance was that of someone separated from the events at hand, as though this thing hadn't been drawn on the shutter, closed around her mother's corpse.
My first impression was that the design resembled a German cross. Oh.
Wait, in like the middle, and that's it?
It certainly does have that kind of design. Does that mean it has something to do with Germany?
No. Ben is just being stupid. The German cross was originally a crest from a religious order of knights and was supposed to protect pilgrims traveling to sacred places. So in other words, this magic circle might have some religious meaning? This is starting to sound like gibberish. When I looked over at all of them, preparing to jump into the discussion, something shocked me. Bzzz. Maria was smiling, an eerie and incomprehensible expression on her face.
Oh, no way, it's just like that time.
It was almost as if she was making fun of everyone's ignorance. It was an expression I wouldn't have dreamed to find on Maria's face.
I would've dreamed it. I wouldn't have
And she laughed.
This is it becomes more true every second. It's like it's unfathomable how close it is.
Oh shit.
Like wait, here it is.
I think about it, it just makes sense because she was watching like the 4Kids One Piece before this.
Exactly, she just turned this into into One Piece. I'm gonna make this in the corner.
Eerie, jarring laugh was something I didn't want to believe was possible, even though I was looking at it right in front of my eyes, hearing it. Every she's like Queen of the Witches. What?
No! You people aren't even close.
Wait, is Beatrice just like taking over her body? What's happening? You're gonna call Badler incompetent.
Can't you tell just by looking?
Oh yeah, all of it was busy being scared out of their wits. Maria was cackling happily by herself. She's a witch. After a while, that laugh was suddenly and abruptly cut off. Her expression still looked like it belonged to someone completely different from Maria.
This is the 7th magic circle of the sun. The characters are written in Hebrew. Give it here. Sure.
Maria stole the writing materials from the stunned Hideyoshi fan. He then started drawing another magic circle with the rustle, right next to the one Hideyoshi had.
See, it looks sort of like this, right?
Yeah, it was. Maria, incredible. You really do know a lot.
She just looks cool as a cucumber in that shot.
What's the original look like?
Huh? Dude looks devious. Jessica looks a lot more bothered too.
Jessica tried to smooth things over by praising Maria.
Jessica's incompetent.
Maybe she wanted to confirm that this was still the Maria we all knew so well. But Maria didn't answer her in any way in particular. Maria began swiftly writing unfamiliar characters in the corners of the page. When Uncle Hideyoshi and Dr. Manjo saw them, their eyes immediately began to open wide.
Written on the top and bottom and left and right are the names of the angels who preside over wind, fire, earth, and water. Chasan, Aro, Forlak, and Taliahad. And the four corners are the names of the four great kings. Ariel, Seraph, Tarshish, and Sharab. Is that what you saw?
How'd you get all 8 of those correct for them? Even if they hadn't been able to correctly write what they'd seen. When they were once again shown something identical, it wasn't difficult for them to realize the two were the same. When Maria asked them whether it matched, Uncle Hideyoshi and Dr. Manjo nodded over and over again.
There's no mistake. That's it. I'm sure there were characters that look like that. How were you able to write something like that?
There were also characters written around the circumference.
I know. Like this, right?
Maria quickly began to surround the circumference with more Hebrew writing.
It's from Psalms of the Old Testament, the 16th and 17th verses of the 116th Psalm. Shoot. I don't know what you must have at least read the Bible, right?
Acting as though knowing this was only common sense, Maria laughed. For a while, everyone, including me, was at a loss for words.
Okay, I'm going to enhance the YB gang experience.
No way.
There we go. I'm not gonna do it.
You're not gonna do it?
I'm not going to enhance the YB gang experience.
Damn.
I think my form of enhancement would be like applying rust to a perfectly good piece of metal.
Just applying it?
Yeah, it's just oxidizing.
A little later, George Aniki returned to his senses and slowly managed to speak. Ben on it.
Ben was just like all flipped out and like just gone.
He was flabbergasted.
That's incredible. I'm surprised. So, what meaning does this magic circle have? It's a magic circle to borrow the power of the sun. He who wears it as a talisman drawn in gold shall be able to break free from the bonds of any prison and receive the power to gain freedom.
Does that do the sun? To break free from bonds and gain freedom. It sounds deep.
The word bonds is not limited in its interpretation to some kind of physical object. Therefore, it does not only hold meaning for people locked up in an actual jail. It can also refer to the release of mental bonds, such as ties of obligation and inescapable fate.
Oh shit. Ties of obligation and inescapable fate, you say? That's also crazy.
I really don't understand. What does this have to do with those 6 bodies? Far from being released, they were killed and stuffed in a storehouse, weren't they? It's not like the magic circle was run for their sakes. The 6 of them were there for the sake of the magic circle. It is truly pitiable.
Why is she so evil?
What do you mean? What in the world do you mean when you say the 6 of them are there for the sake of the magic circle?
Maria lifted up her pointer finger and waggled it as if she were making fun of us. As she is.
That's written around the circumference. Can't you read it?
Psalms
Psalms
chapter
chapter 16 verses 16 and 17. I'll read it for you. The Lord has freed me from my chains. I will offer to you the sacrifice of thanksgiving, and will call on the name of the Lord. See?
What? I don't see. Yeah, I've got no idea what you're talking about. You're saying they're human sacrifices. I mean, yeah, that was obvious. I don't see what Thanksgiving has to do with it. If what Maria had just read aloud was a vital part of the magic circle.
It's not talking about Thanksgiving.
Why should you bring it up? Like,
That's just the word used there.
yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, why is that in the magic circle?
That's what the verse says.
Sure. Like, why would you write down a verse about Thanksgiving in the magic circle that kills 6 people?
Thanksgiving is not mentioned in the Bible.
No, it was in the Psalms, verse 16, 17. She just said. If she wasn't reading from the Bible, she was reading from something else. As she said. No, go in the history. It wasn't in the, yeah, the Psalms, chapter 116, 16, 17. The Lord has freed me from my chains. I offer you the sacrifice of thanksgiving and will call on the name of the Lord.
Yeah, that's what it says.
That's what I mean. Like, that's written around the circumference. Like, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, what is it? Look, here's the New International Version, okay? Truly I am your servant, Lord. I serve you just as my mother did. You have freed me from my chains. I will sacrifice a thank offering to you, and will call on their name. A thank offering, okay? Not Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh, it's just like the shitty translation?
Huh?
It's just like a shitty translation?
No, I think that's like the King James version. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, King James, I will offer to thee the sacrifice as thanksgiving. No, that's
okay, yeah, when I hear Thanksgiving, the first thing I think of is Thanksgiving, Vienna. Yeah,
yeah, no, not the Indians and the Pilgrims.
Nothing new for, okay.
That's why I'm
As
saying
as in, yeah.
It's a thank offering.
Yeah, never mind.
We'll talk about Thanksgiving.
Well, no, because it's not the Bible, right? Or is that part of the Bible?
No, it's not part of the Bible.
That's what I'm saying, for Psalms. Whatever that is, the book of Psalms.
No, the Psalms is part of the Bible, but the Thanksgiving is not part of the Bible.
There's the Hebrew Bible. What?
What? What are you talking about?
The first book of the third section of the Hebrew Bible, called whatever this word is.
Dude, Psalms is just part of like the normal Bible. I mean, I don't know what the Hebrew is. I know they have the Torah. I don't know if they have
Yeah,
anything.
there's a book of songs.
Well, yeah, I mean, I imagine they have to have the songs written somewhere. The Old Testament.
Okay, it really doesn't matter. Little sacrifice had been offered inside the storehouse, where the magic circle had been drawn. A heartbeat later, everyone else seemed to reach the same conclusion. Some people were shocked, and others spat out that this was insane as they punched their knees.
It's like they just like yell out in agony and then bend over and punch themselves in the knees.
Yes, simultaneously, they all punched themselves in the knee. This was starting to get incredibly disturbing. What?
Murray's just in the corner making the troll face.
After the 6 people died, it's been disturbing, and we couldn't accept it or understand it.
I mean, what's more disturbing, finding your loved ones dead, or coming back and now this little girl is just like reciting scripture to you and laughing at your face?
That's true.
The little girl who would go around like, ooh, I love TV, is now like just like straight up prophesying to you the names of the angels of the
literally like an hour before this, she was just like sitting at the TV.
Just
She was like, abandon your stupid dreams, Dolo, and she was like, woo, let's go! But now she's just laughing how incompetent everybody is.
That's deep.
That's so deep. I don't care what kind of magic circles or curses other people believe in. I won't pick a fight with them. But did they really kill Dad and the rest as sacrifices for crap like that?
You still don't believe it?
I just couldn't stand that feeling. Compared to this, I preferred it when we were still disgusted by that theory about the fight over the inheritance. Technically, that theory is still possible. As I started getting pissed off with the feeling between anger and sadness, I broke from the circle everyone was in and returned once again to the window.
I can just imagine, he's like, his face gets red and steam starts coming out of his ears, so he just like quickly runs away to the window and has like his hand on his face, just collecting his cool.
Yeah, and he's like, what does this have to do with the pilgrims and Indians?
Yeah.
And he like punches the window.
Yeah. And then the witch Beatrice is on the other side, like, you truly are a competent battler.
Something had gone insane since yesterday. There was that letter from the witch Beatrice that Maria had read aloud at last night's dinner. Ever since that point, it feels like like this whole mansion and this whole island have been getting more and more firmly locked inside some kind of bizarre world.
So, I don't know the Sonoshino side of the lyrics, but...
Makami wolves are kind of sometimes something. She's or something. Good job. Bam, 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 bam. Something Jojo, something. Hell no. The brown.
I was about to do the Requiem, but I'm not gonna start emulating those noises. I already know I was just spitting out some bad facts.
We're just being nonsense except for like the few parts
No,
remaining.
I mean, I know. Of course, I know. Requiem. Then there's the part that goes. And then there's the
This part. That's right. When I think back on it, that letter was an invitation from the witch.
Oh, let's read it.
I think
Let's get our tips.
welcome to Rook and Jean, members of the Ushiromia family. I am Beatrice, the alchemist for this family employed by King Sama himself. I have served him for many years in accordance with our contract, but on this day, King Osama has announced the final suspension of that contract. Therefore, I ask that you acknowledge my resignation from the position of family alchemist from this day forth. And now, there is one part of the contract that must be explained to all present. I, Beatrice, lent King Osama a vast quantity of gold under certain terms. One of these terms specifies that all the gold is to be returned to me upon the termination of the contract. Furthermore, I am to receive everything of the Ushiromia family as interest. After hearing this, you may feel as though Kinzo-sama has been savagely ruthless. However, Kinzo-sama did append a special clause to the contract so that you would have a chance to preserve your wealth and honor. If, and only if, that special clause is fulfilled, I will lose my rights to the gold and the interest for all eternity. Special clause. Beatrice retains the right to collect the gold and accumulated interest upon the termination of the contract. However, if someone is able to discover the hidden gold of this contract, Beatrice must abandon these rights for all time. The collection of the interest will proceed shortly, but if any one of you fulfills the terms of the special clause, I shall return everything, including the portion that has already been collected. Furthermore, as the first step in this collection of Kinzo-sama's debts, I have taken possession of the Ushiromia family head's ring, which signifies the passage of the Ushiromia family headship from one individual to another. I ask that you confirm this for yourselves by examining the imprint on the wax seal. Kinzo-sama has already publicly displayed the location of the hidden gold within the epitaph under my portrait. The rules apply equally to all who can read the epitaph. If you discover the gold, I shall return everything to you. Tonight, I ask that you enjoy your battle of wits with Kinzo-sama to the fullest. I sincerely pray that this night will be both intellectual and elegant.
And that was the same night that she went around and committed the slaughter.
That's true. Crews of the Nighttime Island had invited us inhabitants of the day into another world. The phone and the radio had been interrupted, and the island was shut off by the typhoon, so you really could call this place another world cut off from the real one by now. Yeah, as this island is now, it's perfectly normal for a witch to send us letters and for human sacrifices to be offered up for the sake of magic scriptures. So what will happen next? Will some weird people wearing goat masks start doing the Bond festival dance or something? It's hopeless, I don't get it. The inside of my head's all screwed up, and I don't even know what to think. Anger, sadness, the opposing emotions all swirled up together, and they started to suck me in. Unable to resist, I could do nothing but cover my eyes with my hands and trust in my mind and body as I started getting sucked in. As I started losing heart, I began to recall a memory from when I was small.
A wee lad.
It was from when I was very young. I had unfortunately seen a scary occult movie on TV, and for a while I hadn't even been able to go to the bathroom by myself. That old bastard gave an exaggerated laugh and said this.
A battler. Why do you think they go to all the trouble to make movies like this about demons and the occult and such? It's because they don't exist. Something that ridiculous can't be found anywhere else on the planet. Because they don't exist, people want to see them and go to a lot of effort making them. That's why those occult movies just make me laugh. If I were forced to choose, I'd say rather than demons and monsters, this year's earnings call and angry wives are 100 million times scarier. I'll go further, okay? From my point of view, society is the crooked one.
That's
Dustin,
true.
man, I'm about to throw a fucking riot. Oh my god, are you playing that shit right now?
Yeah, want to
Yes,
read
you
it?
are.
You should read it.
Umineko?
No, dude, I was trying to download it. My friend sent me a link to some Russian forum where I can download it.
Why'd you go
I'm
to a
so-
Russian forum? Just download
Why'd
it
you go to a Russian
from a
forum?
good website. It's not hard
Yeah,
to
why would you
find.
even need to download it? Like, go to the YB gang and watch me and Dustman read it.
Yeah,
I wanna read it.
it's the best
Man.
reading on YouTube.
Yeah, no, where the parts where Dustman just leaves for like 10 minutes and you hear like Spanish in the background, like it's the best.
So
No,
real. No,
today's video
the
has
part.
been awesome though.
No. Wait, are you recording right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now the part
Okay,
where I
well-
mix up Thanksgiving, the holiday, with just giving thanks, it was like,
No,
that was
when
peak.
we started singing JoJo
Real?
openings.
So real. Well, keep this in the video. I'm trying to make an account on this forum, and I'm like, I don't want to use any of my Gmail accounts for obvious reasons.
Is it CS Ring?
And yeah.
You need to make an account on there.
My friend told me I did, but
Your friend is a
Okay.
liar.
damn,
Yeah.
he fucking cunt. Anyway, no, I was trying to make a Proton Mail account because I forgot what my actual Proton Mail was, and I don't feel like looking for it because I know I have it somewhere.
Using
So
Proton Mail.
I wrote down. I made
let me
my
see if this works
username Negro Jones at proton.me. Someone took that shit already. Who took that shit? Who took Negro Jones at proton.me? If you are
Search for-
watching this video, I hope you fucking burn. That's
Yeah,
my
it's
shit.
I
burn.
mean, bro, Negro Jones, man. He already was taken.
I think you could be Negro Bob.
Negro Bob. It's so
You
real.
gotta be like Negro Jonasy.
The Jonas Negroes.
Or you can call it Hood Bob Nigga Pants. Anyway, from my point of view, getting scared is a recreational emotion. something for people who've got room to relax, both in their hearts and their lifestyles. They had so much free time, they didn't know what to do with it. So in order to entertain their mind with unusual emotions, people started creating a culture with demons and the occult and stuff. That's what Raphael said.
Those are like wise words. For
Rudolph.
real.
Raphael from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Seriously. Why have I been
Okay.
acting so damn thick-headed?
I love Raphael.
I
from
was
the Teenage
totally
Mutant Ninja
taken
Turtles.
in. Don't try to mess with me. This is the human world.
Oh no, this is the Battler thing.
Shit. Yeah, this is the chess theme. I don't give a damn about witches, demons, magic circles, and sacrifices.
He's got like Danny Elfman mode.
Yeah, this is the chess theme.
Hey there, Johnny boy. I hope you fry.
The human who killed Dad and everyone else is still on this island.
Oh yes, the human Beatrice. She's not actually a witch, she's just a very skilled human.
Yeah, she just has a regular 7-Eleven hot dog.
Yeah, it's not glowing green.
Your mic's still not working, Vitaly. Still
What's it called? Her broomstick, she just uses it for cleaning, she doesn't use it to fly around.
Yeah, she's just human.
Dude,
Like, she's
Desmond doesn't
literally
even read the
standing
YouTube
out
chat.
there.
Huh?
Desmond doesn't even read the YouTube chat. Bad streamer.
What
What were
is
you
the
watching?
YouTube chat?
That's
What's the
streamer.
YouTube chat?
Bad streamer? Where you're streaming
Oh.
on YouTube.
No way, my favorite channel. Nerd, up. Okay,
Dude, why didn't you
time to
say
start the
anything?
poll. Which would you rather have? 7-Eleven hot dog.
Oh,
Which channel are you streaming on?
YB gang.
Why do you-
Oh, right
the
there.
YB gang.
7-Eleven
That is on the Robert Sanchez channel.
hot dog. Okay. Ask my community. Let's see what the results are.
Ask my community.
They could move there.
Oh, I don't know.
It's looking like it's one-sided. It's looking a little one-sided.
Yeah, that's not even close. That's 2 out of 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's not even close.
Oh.
There's a clear winner.
Well, everybody knows the 7-Eleven hot dog is not true. That means Badler's lying right now.
You can pin this.
You could pit. They have dinosaur emojis. Look. Look. It's the dinosaur.
There's 2 ones, right? Oh, the dinosaur. Where'd you get
Oh,
the
dude.
dinosaurs from?
That's the Dino Mug one too.
Oh, wow. Where'd you find the dinosaurs? Hard
You
to
look at
watch?
that.
Hard
You look
to
hard
watch?
up.
Oh,
That's true.
I got this, Mohammed.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
okay, no, don't worry. I got you.
Oh, it's about to explode.
And this team's so good though.
Where is it?
I was spooked by that noise.
Boom.
I put the new 4Gs on the G. I tap into
Dude, I got you. I got you.
You got hidden talent. Keep it hidden.
Hey, that's exactly what I
The stream fire. Put it out. Hey, that's not nice. That's not nice. Shoot. I don't know what I was gonna do. I don't know. I'm just gonna pretend Valor's incompetent.
stop it.
He's
Yeah.
not incompetent. That's all there
Well,
is
that's
to
true.
it,
His
right?
brain is like expanding. His cranium is suddenly becoming larger.
Dude, this is literally the chess thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly, yeah. The next person who started
Okay,
speaking
this guy's
to my
literally
heart was
he's
Kyrie-san.
speaking to ghosts. Like he's
Yeah.
actually like this guy's gone insane.
No, that's how
Oh,
competent he is.
He's
Like, come
clearly
on.
lost his wits.
Well, that's not a man, is it?
That's a woman.
Okay.
No, that's like his stepmom.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, that's the ghost that's talking to him.
Yeah, the ghost is like talking to his
Oh,
head.
that's the ghost.
Where she's dead as
That's
hell.
the ghost of Christmas past.
That's a
You
great.
see.
That's like,
In both chess and shogi. When you reach the very, very last stage of the game and get closer and closer to cornering your opponents, the number of optimal moves you could possibly make gets smaller and smaller. Therefore, if you're backing someone against the wall, or if someone's doing the same to you, both players' moves become infinitely easier to read. In other words, when you're completely cornered and you think you have no moves left, that is the moment when it's easiest to read your opponent. However, when a person is forced into a defensive position, they can't help but lose their ability to think clearly, so they aren't able to get their minds around their opponent's moves. That's when you spin the chessboard around.
Oh, that's
With
how
all my strength, I slapped my face with both hands.
everybody's out here just like they're like having a common cool conversation about how the magic circle is made, and then
They're
like,
talking about the magic circle, and then
Yeah, it's
Kyrie's
like-
ghost comes in, starts talking to Badler about chess.
No, that's the thing. It's like Badler's like a stand user. Only he can see her, right? So it's like it's like all of a sudden, like while they're talking, Badler runs away, goes to the mirror, and like just starts covering his face, and just like screaming, and then now he's like beating himself up, just punching himself and slapping himself.
No, Kyrie's the best. She just came into like a one scene and talked to Badler about like a chess analogy and the 19th person, and now it's just like imprinted in his mind.
Yeah.
Now my eyes were truly open.
He opened his third eye.
Best man.
When you don't understand anything, and you're completely cornered, just like I am now, isn't that the perfect time to spin the chessboard around?
What were you saying, Mohammed?
Look at this video in G.
NJ?
You're gonna love this video.
Hi everyone! I know see.
Why did he say that?
Just your boy. It's the cutout.
While on the defensive, we can't even guess at the culprit's scheme. If we spin it around and look at it that way, just what might we see? First off, at the time the culprit committed the murders, they knew the island was being cut off by the typhoon. Therefore, they should have understood that even if they carried out the murders, they wouldn't be able to get away early the next morning. In short, the culprit had begun without securing a way to escape. Furthermore, that bastard tossed the corpses in the storehouse. Ben was even kind enough to say, "Here they are," with that weird bit of graffiti. In other words, since we'd probably find the corpses sooner or later, they wanted to show them to us. If we'd all been dim and hadn't noticed the storage shed, the culprit's goal would not have been achieved, would it? If you think about it this way, that bastard of a culprit, since this morning, they must have been watching our every move with bated
more
breath.
emotion burgers. Come on. Put your
No,
heart into it.
he's in chess mode. Like he's emotionless.
He's cold and
Oh, he is?
calculating right now.
Okay,
Yeah,
never mind.
like after all, if we hadn't been so kind as to discover what was on the storehouse, all of that hard work and preparation they did last night would have just gone poof. What did the culprit want to make us feel by showing us the corpses in the storehouse?
You're the one that was cooking and seething when you found the corpses. So you should know best. All 7 of the bodies had their faces
All
blown
6 of the bodies had their faces noticeably destroyed. Was it a grudge? A warning?
It was like
The
Don
defacement
Visa.
of the bodies had occurred after death. So it hadn't been the means by which the culprit had killed.
It was.
It didn't mean anything to those who had been killed. It did have a meaning to those who found the bodies.
This is no longer 4D trust mode. This is just at wit's end mode.
What do you mean? The culprit wanted to make it appear that they had been killed so brutally. Ha! After thinking this way, I really want to tell that bastard to stop taking me so lightly. Who just danced to that tune? If you're told, please be scared, you can't just say, really? Sure thing! Like, ding ding. When someone tells the great Ushiromiya battler, the entrance is right here, I'm the kind of guy who will start wanting to sneak in through the window. So based.
The great Ushiromiya battler. He's
The
officially
battler's
done
the
it.
best.
Rudolph has died, so now he's become his father's footsteps, you know?
His father's blood is pumping through him.
Yeah, he's become the ultimate Ushiromiya.
The next thing that had concerned me was that so-called magic circle on the shutter. As Maria, who had shown that her knowledge of the occult rivaled grandfathers, had recognized, that magic circle was genuine. They must have drawn that thing in pitch black darkness, taking a lot of time and holding an umbrella in one hand. Isn't that amount of hard work and perfectionism impressive? What purpose would have been worth all of that effort? If we were looking for a fan of the occult in this mansion, most likely all of us would naturally suspect Grandfather. Did they want us to make us think Grandfather was involved? But if that's all they wanted, they could have just drawn any old scribble that looked like a magic circle. It wasn't like any of us amateurs would be able to tell the difference between genuine and fake. However, this magic circle was genuine, and furthermore, it had even been written in Hebrew. So this magic circle had a message that could only be understood by someone with knowledge of the occult. A message is a form of communication. By sending it, they were hoping for a reaction. A reaction. For some reason, we couldn't find Grandfather now. I don't know how Grandfather might have spotted the magic circle on the shutter. But did he choose to hide himself in reaction to that? No. Was it a trap to make us suspect that Grandfather had participated? You could read it either way. Damn, that's annoying. What kind of reaction was the culprit hoping to get out of us by putting on this cult though? Somehow, that felt like the culprit's weak point. The letter from Beatrice that Maria had read aloud during last night's dinner sprang back into my mind. This was a freak who'd asked us to enjoy a battle of wits. Isn't that interesting? This is a battle of wits between us and the witch. Will we be sucked up by her occult game first? Or will we pull off her fake skin first? There's a whole day until the typhoon passes.
Oh, actually, there's a whole thing to the typhoon passes. Revolve.
Why not enjoy ourselves? I finally noticed that the inside of the parlor had gone quiet again. Everyone had sunk into their favorite sofas, some deep in thoughts, some irritated, some acting depressed. Maria was once again enjoying the TV as if she never left it.
Luffy, it's good to see you, buddy.
Yes, I like Luffy!
Luffy!
It looked like she found the commercials more fun than the boring program, and she happily yelled, ooh, and
Oh, I
giggled.
see. No, One Piece already finished. Now they put on the what comes after One Piece.
I stared at each person's appearance in turn. If there isn't a 19th person, the culprit must be in this room.
Is everybody here?
Well, except for the dead people and grandfather.
In Kurosawa.
I mean, from where Badly's standing, it has to be Ava. Right now, Aunt Natsuhi's searching the mansion with the servants, right? Then we shouldn't say in this room.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
In this mansion is where the culprit has to be. After all, it's possible Aunt Natsuhi was behind this, and we still can't deny that one of the servants might be the killer. Anyone could be guilty. Still, Aunt Natsuhi and the rest sure are taking their time. Of course, it's not a small mansion, but isn't this taking a little too long just to walk around checking the windows and doors? Just as I was thinking this, Aunt Natsuhi and the rest returned. Not one of them was missing. But our relief was short-lived.
Natsuhi pulled out a gun and started shooting people, blowing their heads off one by one.
Everyone looked at Aunt Natsuhi in shock. She had a gun. The talk I'd had with Aunt Ava started to creep back into my mind. Does she actually have a gun? The possibilities that the culprits had enough in numbers or weapons to kill all of those 6 at once. She has a gun! Why does she have a gun? She actually does have a gun. Forgive me if I've startled you.
I mean, I told you she came out with the 12 gauge. Now she's gonna start blowing people's heads smooth off.
I think she'd actually have a gun. I brought this to be prepared for the roast.
She's strapped up.
After all, that thing in Aunt Natsuhi's hand was a rifle.
It's not even like a it's a sawed-off.
Yeah, that's not a rifle. I guess maybe in
It's a
the...
sawed-off
No, even in the original, that's not...
Yeah, that is a sawed-off shotgun. Well, it is a rifle, cause it's look at the lever action.
Yeah, oh yeah. Does that mean Cannon has a revolver or something?
Huh?
Does that mean like Cannon and the other servants are gonna have guns?
Oh, Cannon, yeah.
Cannon, like
yeah,
with the revolver?
Yeah.
At a glance, the silhouette looked a lot like a hunting gun, but it was unusually short. It kind of looked like a kid-sized weapon.
Yeah.
However, it had a weightiness to it that made it clear it was no kid's gun. That gun is Kinzo Sounds, isn't it? Did you know about it? That's right. I remembered it was in Father's old collection, and I managed to find it. Whoa! Awesome. Matsui-san, is that thing real? Yes, it's real. It can fire live ammunition. Long ago, Father used it to scare away wild birds.
That takes me... Where did you find that thing? No matter how much I asked him to let me touch it, he never let me lay even one finger on it.
Oh! A grandfather had one of these. I didn't know that.
You see why guns shouldn't be banned? Everybody's moping and sad, and
Yeah,
a single
everybody's
gun
happy now.
brightens up the conversation. Long ago,
Based grandfather.
my grandfather was really addicted to cowboy films. He'd be out there like, wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, That generation really liked this kind of rifle. And the lever action.
Can't believe, like, Kinzo is the one with the loaded gun, and Beatrice is the one digging.
No way. Yeah, I mean, that's true. That's Kinzo.
Beatrice is, like, burying the gold.
No, it's because, like, Beatrice is like, she was out here trying to be wise, like, oh, I give you a million gold and you give me nothing. And then Kinzo was like, special clause. And then now Beatrice is like coping.
The special class, and he just pulls out a gun.
And blows her head a screw off. And then now he's like, oh, Beatrice, I want to see you smile again. He just has dementia.
He was lost his mind. And then Ben is, like, trying to relate to the conversation.
Yeah, Ben is like... I remember, it's that gun.
No way.
That really takes me back. That's the one Steve McQueen fired off in Wanted, Dead or Alive.
Is alive or dead?
Oh, Alive or Dead. Father sure has a good taste.
It is an item the master ordered specially from America long ago.
Yeah. Well, in Japan you can have shotguns.
As you can see, it is a working gun, so please don't tell anyone about this.
He was quite fond of it right after he managed to acquire it. It seems the workings that ejected the cartridges were more interesting to him than shooting it, and he played around with it back in the forest all the time. Ho 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 ho. It's still rather disturbing. Are you sure you should be dragging this out?
This is to prepare for the worst. there was probably more than one offender involved. Furthermore, those horrible people killed 6 of us, including my husband.
True.
I have a responsibility to protect everyone until tomorrow in my husband's place. As Natsugi-san said this, she slumped down into one of the sofas and took a deep breath.
That's when she fired the first shot.
She had been trying to find grandfather, as well as check all the doors and windows. Since grandfather wasn't with her, she probably still didn't know where he was.
I feel like I know where he is.
He's playing with the spare gun in the forest.
Yeah.
I carefully checked all of the doors and windows throughout the mansion. However, we must be prepared for anything. Everyone, I think it would be best if we all remained here.
Good point. If everyone's gathered here, then we can all feel more secure by keeping an eye on each other.
What do you mean by that, Stave-san?
Nothing really. I'm disagreeing with your opinion, aren't I?
There was a stormy atmosphere between the two of them. If you think about who was the most suspicious from the inheritance problem standpoint, Aunt Ava was the obvious answer. However, there was no proof that Aunt Natsuki was innocent. No, if you view Beatrice's letter as one of grandfather's complicated pranks, and think of this crime as just an extension of that, there's more than enough reason to suspect even grandfather.
This is an old man who's gone so crazy that he starts killing his family members and defacing their bodies.
And he starts putting a bunch of like shitty rumors he found on cereal boxes to like solve the murders.
Yeah, it's like you know how sometimes cereal boxes come with like the circular maze on the back? It's like he just draws one of those on the door.
He draws that on it.
And then Maria has like been gaslit into oblivion. She like knows all the stories that he said by memory, you know?
He fed her so much cereal. So Aunt Natsuki thought the criminal was on the outside. But Aunt Ava thought the criminal was on the inside. In short, it was the question of whether or not a 19th person exists. That same question had been repeatedly, endlessly, since last night's dinner. With the letter from the witch Beatrice being given to us or something. Oh yeah, with the letter from the witch who called herself Beatrice. So was the culprit or not? And did the witch Beatrice exist or not? If you assume that something as stupid as a witch can exist, you're basically saying that one of these relatives here, who share a common bloodline, is the culprit.
Huh.
If that was too unpleasant, it'd be much more comfortable to simply accept a fairy tale-like character, the witch. A witch. A witch drawing a bizarre magic circle and offering human sacrifices.
Offering of crack.
If I could accept that rubbish, I'd be able to trust all the people in this room. Hello? That's fine.
Hmm?
Ah, you're back.
Yeah, I was here the whole time.
Oh, wait, then why'd you click stop? You're continuing the game.
I was thinking.
Think about what?
Magic circles.
Are you gonna go to sleep?
I shouldn't I?
I assume you like fell asleep.
Yeah.
Well, then you should probably say it. Sweet.
Yeah, it's already 1 in the morning.
There's like 10 chapters of it too. God damn it.
Yeah.
These are 3 years to complete.
Oh yeah, our pace are gonna last forever. I mean, there's maybe the unisex.
There's the what?
The unisex.
Huh?
You know the one where it's like either side can wear it.
Huh?
You know the ones that's like MD districts.
Huh?
You know the one that's like the 2-in-1 combo.
No.
No.
Stephanie's like falling asleep at his computer.
What do you mean? Look, you're like a snail without water.
No. Well, you're a snail, like, with salt.
Dude.
What?
Dude.
Oh wait,
What?
I have to close out the stream, don't I? Hey YB gang, thank you for being with us. Good night. Good night.
Bye,
Yo,
YB gang.
Yo, 99 gang. Say something like that. I don't know.
Do the thug shaker.
No,
Yeah.
I already clicked stop.
Do the thug shaker.
Oh, I have a thug the shaker. Take the
Do
thug
the
shaker.
thug shaker.